March 6th, 2021. Maybe we're done. Gardner created this billboard to advertise our upcoming interview, even though he usually gets under 500 views of his videos. The kid must have a trust fund. I want to cry, but can't because I didn't dare do it in front of Jamie, and as the tears began streaming once I was approaching the solace of my office, I saw that Aldo had brought his entire family to help him refloor Jamie's office, so I can't cry here either. I don't want to go home and cry in front of Howie, but I'm running out of daylight, so I may have to just stuff it down until I don't want to give in to it anymore. I left the house for the sanctuary today around 2 p.m., and Jamie ran across her front yard yelling at me to get my attention. She was shaking and crying and said there had been a mob in her front yard and around the side of her house of about 15 drunken men who were yelling for Carole Baskin to come to the gate. She had run out and yelled at them to leave, threatening to call the police, but they just laughed at her and camped out a few doors down so they could keep an eye on the gate. I'm almost never home this time of day, so I guess it was just lucky timing on their part that I came riding out the gate. Apparently, Jamie did a good job of scaring them back, because as I sat on my bike, with my back to them, they yelled out my name several times, but didn't venture any closer. I told Jamie to meet me back around the back of her house to talk. We stood in her backyard talking for quite a while, and none of them ventured back into her yard. Jamie was trying hard not to cry, but couldn't help it, as she explained that I just don't know how terrifying it is to be her. She's out at street level, while I have the security of being back off the road. I asked if she wanted to trade houses. She didn't. She said she wanted to live on 80-plus acres where she can't see her nearest neighbor, or where she is, or nowhere else. Well, that narrows it down. I just spent an hour searching on Zillow for something over 50 acres and under $1 million. I found a few nice options and emailed them to her. The closest is about an hour and a half away, but now that Pharaoh is gone, she may be ready to move on anyway. She said what scares her is that I could be killed by these crazies because, quote, people who dedicate their lives to saving animals always get killed by the bad guys, unquote. I told her it was time that changed, but she wasn't buying into my bravado. As she continued, it seems what really scares her is that I will die and leave the responsibility of the cats to her, and she doesn't want it. I told her I'd be fine with her sending them all off to good sanctuaries, and assured her there are plenty of good ones that have space and resources to do it happily. I could see that nothing I was suggesting was helpful, and asked what she wants. She kept saying she wants me to be more careful. She wants everyone to forget about us and leave us alone. She's afraid that a season 2 of Tiger King is just going to make it worse all over again. I told her the only people insisting there will be a season 2 are not people in the know, but I'd have to admit there's no sign of people forgetting who we are. I reminded her that not one person who has approached me in person after Tiger King has been mean, and only one volunteer ever said they had one bad experience. She said someone threw a water bottle at her, but that just seemed so weird, and she was always one for wanting attention, so I didn't put any stock in it. Jamie did. I asked what I could do to make her feel more secure, and she said I should carry mace in my pocket, not my purse, when I ride. I agreed. Then she was sure my mace wasn't fresh enough, so I'll buy more. I can't hide, and I need to be able to ride for the exercise I can't get any other way. Nothing I had to say seemed to have any impact on calming her down, so I asked about her painting to change the subject. She had been working on a painting of a serval that I hadn't seen, and I hadn't seen the finished product. It really is unique. It's Art Deco, which I love, and I reminded her how much fun the 30s were, but she chose not to indulge me. I hoped it would remind her that we are eternal and just keep coming back to dance this dance over and over together. I liked it so much I took a photo and made it my iPhone 12's wallpaper. Then we went to her way too cluttered studio, and she showed me a caracal that she promises to be even better. She's graduated from craft paints to acrylics now, and said all she wants to do anymore is paint. She wishes she had done it all these years because she gets better with each one. I asked if she remembered the photo of her holding a Himalayan kittens in her Wonder Woman outfit. She was about 3 or 4, but she did. That was the last time I had time to draw and paint, and I thought back then, 36 years ago, that I'd know I'd made it when I had time to draw and write. Maybe now. Howie's been complaining about how stressed he is and how he never has time to exercise or read or do what he wants because of the burden of the sanctuary and the federal bill. He's dealing with his heart not pumping well enough to protect his feet and is barely able to walk due to his back surgery not working out right. What if I just end that burden for both of them now? We have 51 cats and a trust fund set aside for each of them. So what if I send them to the accredited sanctuaries, along with a monthly check per cat to wherever they go for the rest of the cats' lives? I like to travel, so I could make the rounds to check on them at their new homes. Doing that now means Jamie no longer has to worry about all of this landing in her lap. Doing this now means Howie doesn't have to worry about doing private tours, raising matching grants, hobnobbing with donors, or dealing with all the land management issues or legal issues around staffing, insurance, and time-consuming tax prep. We would still have some major expenses in trying to get our bill passed, but I feel like we can get the bill passed this year, so I don't know if I should wait until that happens to start unwinding the sanctuary, or if we have a better chance at passing the bill if we didn't have the sanctuary to run.
If you're enjoying my diary, please like, share, and subscribe. You can find other ways to connect to me over at bigcatrescue.org/Carole.Baskin.